Namaste, my beautiful collective. I am doing a love energy check-in. I have a pick a pile today, pick a card reading, because I thought it would be a little bit simpler to do it this way. I was also guided by Spirit to do it this way. That way it's not just collective, everybody has an option. So, first of all, I want to tell you, thank you so much for coming to my channel. I love you all. My clients, my subscribers, my friends, my family, everybody that comes here and gives me a like or gives me positive feedback and encouragement, I thank you so much. I've been doing this since the beginning of 2020 on YouTube, and my channel has grown in leaps and bounds. I also have other channels on TikTok. I don't do too much on Instagram, and I have a Facebook spiritual page under the same name as this. All of the information, including my web page, my website, if you'd like to book a personal reading, they're all in the description box below, along with the times for these cards. So we have 3 piles for you to pick from. First one is the pyrite. Second pile is the prophecy stone. And the third pile is the rose quartz. So I want you to take a deep breath with me now. Focus on the pile that you feel resonates with you the most. And we'll be right back with your reading. Again, thank you so much. Sending love and blessings to you all. Namaste. Okay, pile number 1. Those of you that chose the pyrite, this is going to be your reading. And we're going to start off with the Light Seers Tarot. And then we have some oracle cards as well. So let's see what we have here. We have the 5 of Cups. So instantly, 5 of Cups, I see some kind of regret in some way with this card. Then we have the King of Swords in reverse. This could be you, this could be somebody else that you're dealing with that might have been a little deceitful with you, or things were hidden. Because the King of Swords, I said knight, I know I did. This is the King of Swords. King of Swords is very honest and truthful and just in the upright. But in reversed, they might be holding things back, possibly their feelings, possibly another situation. And I feel like if this isn't you, this is somebody else that has regret about the situation, honestly. And then we have Temperance. So things are being, like kid glove type situation. They might be coming in to communicate. They may have already, or this is something coming in the future. And with Temperance, it's kind of like bringing the conversation or the situation that you're involved in to a certain level where it's just very civil, polite, and loving without overdoing it in any way. Temperance. And I feel like maybe this is what this King of Swords in reverse wants to do next, or you want that. And then we have the Tower. So this is possible that they may have had a Tower moment, or you have. And Tower is not always necessarily negative. I see a lot of readers, new readers, I shouldn't say new, I don't know how long they've been practicing, but especially on TikTok, that a lot of the stuff that they say about the cards, everybody reads them differently. I just don't agree sometimes with what they have to say. The cards should be a tool to your abilities, but sometimes they throw so much negativity into the cards, and they create these situations that if you're a vulnerable person, or you don't see through it, or you don't understand that most of them do say, take what resonates. But a lot of times that can leave a negative imprint in your mind. And I'm not saying to sugarcoat or anything like that, but at the same time, I follow a few of them, and I had to stop because it was one negative thing after another. And I really thought that they were really talented and good, but the longer I watched them, it was like watching a train wreck. You know, it was like a negative thing, negative thing, negative thing. Not everything is lollipops and roses in life, but at the same time, the drama that was put into the readings that I watched was insane. So a tower moment sometimes can be bad. Everything comes crashing down on you. And that's because there's something in your life that needs to change. And a lot of times this could be physical. You know, you hear these stories where, you know, people lose everything, their house, their car, their children, their friends, everything. And that's terrible, that's tragic. But then you know, sometimes they deserve it, but it's still tragic nonetheless. But then other times the tower is having a tower moment like, wow, I've been really screwing this up all along, or I haven't been the best person that I could be in the situation. And that's kind of the energy that I'm getting, is what I'm trying to say. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This could be somebody new coming in as well. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, very, very slow moving. They could already be, you know, somebody you could already know. It's usually male energy, so I feel like I'm speaking to feminine, but it's all energy, male, female. It's all energy. So this could be somebody coming in. Yeah, we have the Lovers card, so I feel like a deep love, possibly a soul tie here, or divine counterpart situation. But I feel like a decision has to be finally made in this situation. Whether to be in it to win it, or to cut your losses and move on and go through life without this other person. And that's another thing that people don't see about the Lovers. When they see the Lovers, they're like, oh, it's the Lovers card. Yes, but the Lovers also means a decision. But I think it's going to be a good decision, because we have the 10 of Cups here, which is happiness. Happy home, happy family, happy in love. Just emotional happiness. In every way, it's also the completion of a cycle. So emotional contentment with this card. So as much as all this crazy stuff has gone on here, and I really feel like it did, and this tower moment hit somebody pretty hard. Could be this Knight of Swords here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, doesn't have to be, but that's kind of the energy that any sword card has. Or it could be this Knight of Pentacles, but they're upright, so maybe they've just been but you know, maybe they thought the grass was greener somewhere else or something like that. I don't know. I don't know the exact situation, but they are coming in. So it's one or the other in this one. And like I said, take it how it resonates. It's all energy. So if you are like the male energy in the situation, just per se, things will go good if you are wanting to come into this love situation. So let's go ahead, and I picked 3 mystical kippers. Let's see what they have to say. Good gentleman. So somebody is actually a really good guy here, and they're very strong. They could be a Leo. And they might be very mystical or spiritual. There's like a UFO type thing in the sky. That's why I say that, or they might be into that stuff. And there's also, almost looks like a little temple or something in the background, if you look at it. It could just be a house, and I don't have my reading glasses on, but yeah, it could be just a house, but I get like a spiritual feeling and a lot of strength. And maybe it was, you know, they had to overcome something else. And in the process of doing that, they have regrets because maybe they lost their connection with you, or maybe you had things to do and you lost their connection with them, one or the other. And then we have pleasant letter. And today, in this day and age, a lot of times for me, a pleasant letter could be a message, an email, a text, because we don't really write letters as often as we used to. I think this came up in the last love reading too. And some kind of change is going to happen. So to me, with the tarot, it looks like it's going to be a very positive change. As far as timing, we have 10 and the lovers would be 6. That's 16, and 1 and 6 is 7. That could be significant to you as well. 7 hours, 7 days, 7 weeks. I get 7 days with this one, within 7 days. Then we have the spirit animal, which is the number 12, the canary spirit. Sing your own song. So this is what I'm getting to. I'm kind of getting a download right now about maybe you've been so into what this other person has been doing and you've been waiting for them and waiting and waiting and waiting that you forgot to do your own thing. And you can love people, you can love even if you're married, you've been in a long-term relationship in some way, you have children, you have family, you can love them. But you still have to have your own life in some way. You still have to have your own work, your own hobbies. You are you. You are an individual, just like they are. And a lot of times I see people, and I kind of shake my head, but I can't say anything because everybody can do whatever they want in their life. But I'll see couples that are just getting together, or they're new, and sometimes they've been together for a few years, and they will do everything that that other person wants to do. Like, say your boyfriend has a motorcycle and you hate motorcycles, which to begin with, to go out with somebody that has a motorcycle when you hate motorcycles, especially if they love them, well, what good is that going to do? You know? I'm using this as an example. I don't care one way or the other. I've rode on motorcycles. I had my own dirt bike. I actually had my own four-wheeler. And I got on it once. As I got older in life, it wasn't a big thing for me, but it doesn't mean I hate them. And I'm single, but if somebody had a motorcycle, it wouldn't bother me too much. As long as they understood that, yeah, we can go on the motorcycle sometimes, but I also want to go and do this. Let's go to an art gallery. Let's go to the beach. You know what I mean? Everybody, so it's going to be a give and take. And a lot of times people will throw themselves into something that they don't even like to do. You know, and then if they end up doing that and they're good at it, and even if they don't really like it, but they love the person so much, you know, that's kind of a nice thing. But at the same time, take 10 or 15 years later down the line, there's going to be a lot of resentment when that relationship evolves and changes. So be honest with yourself. Do your own thing. Don't wait for anybody. And enjoy your life if you do have to wait, or you feel like you want to wait for somebody, enjoy your own life. Do your own thing. I never advise to wait because I look at it like this. Yeah, sometimes things have to get together. They take a while. You know, sometimes people have fears or they have other obligations they try to get through. Maybe they just can't have a relationship at this period of time, or a romance. But don't wait forever. And do what you have to do in life. Do your own thing. Enjoy your life, you know, while the process is happening. Don't just exist waiting for somebody to make you happy. Because if you just exist and do that, you'll never be happy because it's never going to happen. So, I mean, it looks really positive. Let's get the Island Time Wellness. We have the Hammer. Sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation. What does this say? Repetitive, persistent, working on it. Here's what I think in this reading number 1. Somebody was either self-sabotaging, it could have been the King of Swords in reverse, possibly overthinking, or somebody was putting negative ideas into this King of Swords head and scaring them. And you know how that goes. You know, they have buddies, they're all drinking with their buddies or whatever. And, you know, they might want to talk to somebody, but they don't realize they're talking to people that don't have the knowledge or anything or the capacity to understand the situation. Or they're talking to negative, lower vibrational energies. And they get bad advice. Or they get advice like, well, what do you want to do that for? Why do you want to get into a relationship with her? Look at all the hot chicks out there, you know what I mean? Or look at all these hot guys out there. Or they don't have enough money, or they have too much money, they're not going to dig you. You see what I'm saying? All that negative talk that sometimes you get from other people, they can be family members too and friends. They can even, it doesn't even have to do with romance. This could be a partner, you know, that you have a new venture that you want to go on or a new creative project. Well, what do you want to do that for? That's stifling, that's repetitive, and that's sabotage. And trust me from experience, that if somebody feels inferior to you, or they don't want to lose you or have you grow in life because they're jealous of that, they will sabotage that in any way they can. And this could be anybody. This can be parents. And I don't like to say that about parents because I love my parents. But there were times when I was young, and it wasn't their fault, they weren't doing it purposely, but there were times in their life where they said stuff like, you don't want to do that, that's not for you. That's, you know, that will last 2 or 3 months and then it's over. Sometimes they were right. But sometimes, you know, I don't know, a lot of times, because I listened to them a lot of times, and then I was a rebel sometimes, but, you know, sometimes they were right and sometimes they were wrong. But just kind of a thing like that. This could be parents, this can be brothers and sisters, this can be best friends, this can be children, this can be work, this could be a hobby. But something sabotaged the situation. I feel like it was talk, either negative self-talk or talk from other people with this King of Swords in reverse. So let's look at the romance angels, and we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So there is some heavy romantic feelings here, and it could be with this one or this one, or you could be one of these people. All right, and the last but not least, we have the Hidden Truth deck. So these are messages. If you're thinking about a person, they'd be from them, or maybe an ex-person if you have nobody in your life right now. Then I would say that this Knight of Pentacles is coming into you, albeit slowly. So we have, I am becoming a better person. Just being near you is intoxicating. And I want to feel that way again, so I feel like this is past energy. This is probably this King of Swords in reverse. And I mean, I do see this Ten of Cups, so I feel like either decision that you make in this situation is going to be the one for you. But it is going to be this beautiful Ten of Cups and the Lovers at the end. So that's absolutely beautiful energy. And there's a lot of romantic feelings here. So pile number one, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Sending love and blessings to you all. We're going to move on to pile number two. Okay, pile number two. Whoever chose the prophecy stone, you're going to start your reading. We've started off with the Light Seers Tarot, and we have some oracle cards for the end. Let's see. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Cups. You might have felt left out in the cold in the past in some way. Possibly had many options, or somebody that you wanted to be with had too many options. You saw that, you felt left out in the cold. Still presently, you're not sure how to move in a situation. You might feel binded to this person in some way. Or you might just not know what to expect. So you're kind of keeping yourself tied to things that no longer serve you possibly, or tied to situations in your life that really aren't the best for you. But we have Judgment. So in the present, very near present, you might feel like you're being judged or somebody else is being judged, and you're staying away from that situation. Because karma, I mean, some people don't believe in karma. I do. I've seen it in full force. I've had it happen to me, both good and bad. As I got a little older, 99.9% of the time, it's usually good, because when you get older and you get wiser, you know that. And I honestly, I think a lot of it's got to do with being a mom or a parent too. You don't do revenge. You don't want to hurt anybody. Some people don't. Some people do. Some people like to. And you let nature take its course. You let God handle it. God handle things. And when you get to a point where you let God or the universe, whatever your beliefs are, handle things, and you stay out of it, things usually take care of themselves. The best thing to do is forgive and move on. Sometimes you can't forget things, but you have to forgive and move on. But, if you were doing something negative, and negative could be just, all kinds of things. One of the things I can say can be negative, that I have with a lot of clients, and I'm not trying to call anybody out, but is when somebody obsesses with somebody. And I have certain clients I love talking to, and they're just going through a bad time with a person that they love. And then I have clients that their person is involved in another relationship, and they're obsessed with them. And to the point where, like, it's an everyday thing where I have to say, look, you have to focus on your own life. Because the more negativity you're putting into the situation, it's going to come back to haunt you. The more negative thoughts, the more nastiness that you're throwing, at the person, maybe whoever they're with, or that person, that is going to come back on you. And you're never going to end up reaching that goal of a happy relationship with them, because you've kind of already ruined it. And most of the time, when I seen that, and I can be perfectly honest with you with that, and I try to look back, it's been a long time, when I was young and single, because I'm old and single now. Not old, but older and single, let's put it that way. When I was young and single, and you'd like somebody, and then you'd find out they had a girlfriend or whatever, and you'd be like curious about it, who is she? Oh, and then you start with this negative feedback. Oh, is she prettier than me? Oh, her family has this cottage on the beach, or, his family has this cottage in the woods, or, you know, she's got this excellent job, all kinds of stuff like that, that's all tangible stuff. And when you're young, you don't realize that this person is just not for you. Maybe they're meant for the person they're with. Maybe they're meant for somebody else. And if this person has a girlfriend, especially for you young people, and they're trying to get with you, before you allow that to happen or give them flirtatious stuff, unless, you know, especially if you're aware. If you're unaware, it's a completely different story. But if somebody's trying to get with you while they're in another relationship, they're going to face some serious judgment. And ultimately, what I've seen happen in my 30 plus years of this is you don't up with them, they don't end up with either one of the people they're dealing with. Or if they do marry, say they marry the other person, it ends up in disaster. And you'll be sitting here like me, 25, 30, 40 years later. I mean, not 40. 40's pushing it. I wasn't, but I guess, yeah, 40 years later, you know, if you really wanted to go back to my younger days when I just started dating, you look back, you might see them in person or see them like on social media, and you're like, wow, did I dodge a bullet there? And it's very hard to explain to people until they reach a certain age and they go through enough relationships to understand. Because we all have, you know, life is like a tree. We try to hopefully start out with a firm foundation. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And the tree has many branches. And depending on your life circumstances and what you want in life, that's where that branch takes you. And as long as you continuously try to grow and improve your life in any way that you can, you know, you still got to enjoy your life and not just go through the motions every day. As long as you're trying to do something with your life, even as you get older, you look back at that, and if you have created success for yourself, in my case, yes, I did. You know, I've been successful for a very long time, and not like super successful, but I'm content with my success. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. If you're content with your success, and you're content by the way you've treated people in life, and how your life situation went, even if you've gone through pain and trauma and negative stuff, you're winning. And good things will continue to happen to you if you treat people correctly and you treat them right and you're nice and you're kind. And when you get into like third-party relationships, even when you don't know about it sometimes, you do suffer a little bit of the consequences. And a lot of times the consequence from the third-party relationship is a lot of hurt, heartache, and pain because you're unaware. And people will say a lot of times to me, and they, you know, call me for readings or message me for a reading. Well, I didn't know about it until 2 or 3 months into the relationship, and at that point I was in love with the person. Well, they clearly weren't. Look at what you're saying to me. Okay? They're with somebody else, but yet you're in love with them. And love is, infatuation is one thing. Love is a little bit different. So yes, they might have been infatuated with them, but that person didn't love them, so they're facing that karma. You know, and I'm talking about in a relationship. I'm not talking about dating. I'm not talking about when you're single and you're looking for that right person for you. I'm talking about being involved with somebody completely. And then we have the Four of Swords here, which is kind of like taking a rest, putting your heart aside, and just resting. Taking a break from it all is kind of what I get in this situation. Because it's been a very long road with this 10 of Wands. So 10 could be, 10 weeks, 10 months, 10 years, up to 10 years. Or maybe problems started 10 months ago or 10 weeks ago. Kind of look back and see. But even though it was a very heavy load, she made it down this big mountain with all of her stuff. So you still have everything to move on. And then we have the Chariot, which is beautiful ending to this. I was starting to get a little nervous here. Two major arcana here. The Chariot is the yin and the yang. It's kind of a road opener energy. It indicates travel. It also indicates seeing the light, but things speeding up in your life. Good news, a road opener, movement of a situation. So if you feel like your love life has been stagnant, this is what I'm getting, or not going according to plans, know that good things are coming into you, because you're not finished yet with this long road, but you're almost there. And I'm trying to think of what number. It doesn't tell me on this card. I think it says number 7. And 10. 10 and 7 is 17. 1 and 7 is 8. 8 hours, 8 days, 8 weeks. I get 8 weeks for this whole thing to play out. I got some mystical Kipper. So let's see what else, because we don't really have like male or female. This is just like general, but it's about love. So I'm going to say that, yeah, maybe you don't have anybody specific in your life right now, but you've really been going through it. And know that good things are coming. You're going to find the yin to your yang here. That's the best way I could put it. So then we have success and love. And that's what number is it? Number 15, so that can be significant too. We have a long way, like that long road, and then we have expectation. So I'm not saying lower your expectation, but don't have expectations. Have standards. That's the difference between a high value person. I'm telling you, when you have standards, you're not going to tolerate things that you don't feel you should. But when you have expectations, you get disappointed with other people because they're not fulfilling something that you need, that you feel a void of in your life. And you have to think positive. So if you do use expectations, just always expect the best. But keep your standards high. And don't just, somebody comes into your life, if you don't feel like they're right for you, or you don't feel like there's that vibe there and those red flags are going up, don't just stay with somebody because you're lonely. If you're not happy. Because you're going to end up being miserable in a very short period of time. And I wish I didn't have to explain this stuff, but a lot of times I do, because everything that I explain to you, I have had an experience with in one way or another, okay? I've learned, I've grown. And that's why I try to advise with the cards. This isn't stuff that I haven't experienced. This isn't stuff that I can't say, been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. You see what I'm saying? Spirit animal deck is the whale spirit. Trust in the great mystery. It's a beautiful card. 65 may be significant too. And sometimes you do. You have to kind of give it to God, give it to the universe. I think I might have said that in pile 1, but maybe I did say it in this one as well. Sometimes you just gotta just keep going and keep moving in life and walk that road. and know that good things will happen to you at some point. You know, in the last couple of years too, with this COVID situation that we had and all this tremendous upheaval and this, you know, now we have, at least in the US, like, you know, we had COVID here, it affected everybody in the world, the Russia-Ukraine war, all this stuff, and all this, you know, the media, and this negative stuff just thrown at us, constantly thrown, that a lot of times we're exhausted by it, and it affects us negatively. So sometimes you get to step away. I don't particularly watch the news. Occasionally I'll look at the headlines, and I give it like five minutes, that's it. And that's usually online. I don't usually watch TV a lot unless I'm watching a really good movie I like, Stranger Things, which I finished the series so far, or an excellent movie that I want to see or I've seen before. And that's probably once a month. I mean, I don't really even get on. But sometimes overdoing it, watching these shows, especially these reality TV shows and the news outlets, it's insane. And I'm like, I don't know how people can do that every day and feel okay. Just watching it for like 2 minutes, I start to feel anxiety. You know, so step away from things that, this is what I'm getting, because I use myself as an example. Step away from things that make you anxious. Walk away from them, shut them down, whatever you're going to do, whether it's people, places, things, or media. Okay? Gonna help you get through whatever you have to get through right now. So now we have the Island Time Wellness, and we have the Phoenix. New phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, great change, growth, changed mind. So maybe you're changing your mind about a situation. Maybe you're rekindling something from the past. There's been some kind of a transformation, and when it comes in, it's going to be beautiful. So now we have Romance Angels that says, give your relationship a chance. So if you're in a relationship, it says to work on your partnership. Even if it's the beginnings, you know what I mean? It's just, if it feels right to you, work on it. Because there's success in love as well here with the Mystical Kipper. So last 3 cards is the Hidden Truth. So if you do have a specific person, either in your life right now that you're in a relationship with or that you're thinking about, these will be the messages that they might want to say to you. My life is not as together as it seems. I want to be more than friends. So this could be somebody that you're friendly with. And I replay our conversations over and over. So you may not have felt like, you know, you were significant to this person, but obviously you were. And I do see this beautiful success and love coming in with that card in the Chariot. You've made it through whatever difficulty that you had to go through, and you might be just taking a rest, but in the near future, and I think we got 8 weeks on this one, within 8 weeks, you're going to see these significant changes. So pile number 2, that's all I got for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Sending love and blessings to you all. Namaste. Pile number 3. Whoever chose this beautiful rose quartz. We're going to start off with the Light Seers Tarot. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse. The 8 of Cups. So you walked away from something that was, it was like false happiness, or it was something that you thought was going to be your 9 of Cups, but it wasn't in the past. Could have been a third-party situation. Third-party situation doesn't have to be another person. Third-party situation could be anything, friends, family. And I'm not saying that not other people, there are other people, but I mean a romantic partner. Third parties don't have to be a romantic partner. They could be friends, family, children, job, career, some kind of creative pursuit. They could be just the person not feeling maybe the same way. But then we have this Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy coming into you with these beautiful roses and a picnic and a white horse. So there's love coming into you presently, or maybe it involved them. Maybe they're coming back around. It's usually a younger energy, younger male energy, doesn't have to be. They might not be at the emotional maturity level that you are, but they're really trying to make an effort here, presently. And yeah, fast communication, fast moving energy, so communication about, maybe they want to make you a love offer or something. But I feel like you really, really went through it recently with somebody. And this could be you, or this could be the person that you're thinking of, this beautiful Empress. She's the Queen of Queens. Of all the queens in the deck, she carries all the energy. So she's beautiful. She has financial abundance. She's creative and passionate. And she's intelligent. She uses very good judgment in her life. So congratulations if this is you. But we have this beautiful Empress energy. And nobody can really resist the Empress. You see this moon here? Because she is the mother, like the ultimate mother. And I also feel like around the moon, if you look at it, has like these little dots around it. So she understands the cycles in life, even if she had to go through this pain. And she just does her own thing while she's waiting. And this King of Cups is coming in. So this knight, I feel like, is turning into a king. He's finally in his king energy. And it might have taken a long time. You might have had to go through pain. Or this is two different male energies. It's all energy, male or female. But this is the grown-up energy. Also could be two different people. So expect either you're going after this King of Cups and you are the Empress, so things are going to be good. Or this King of Cups is going to come into you. Or you're the King of Cups, finally. Maybe you've grown. Maybe you've had a growth spurt. But good things, and you're finally going to meet your Empress. Mystical Kipper deck, let's see what we have. We have receiving a gift, so maybe you'll get a gift. I feel like the gift is going to be fast. And what we have for timing, we don't have any numbers. Well, the Empress is usually number 3. So 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks. I get 3 days. Possibly a message from somebody in 3 hours. But you might be receiving a gift also. 17 is on that card. So 1 and 7 is 8. So maybe in 8 days, you'll be receiving some kind of a gift. You could be a rich girl if you're a female, or if you're this King of Cups. This Empress also is financially stable. And you're going to receive some kind of high honor because of this situation. Or maybe they think of you in a very high, in a very pleasant light. They think of you highly. Spirit animal deck is the starfish spirit. 59 may be significant. Open to the infinite impossibility. Or, why did I say impossibility? I don't know. Open to the infinite possibility. So maybe it's something that you thought was impossible in the past. And that's why you walked away. Male or female? All energy here. And then we have the Island Time Wellness, which is love. Unconditional love. Self-love. Oneness. Passion. Affection. Attraction. So whoever this is coming in, it's going to be like, or if somebody you already know, this is like a strong love that just won't die. It's significant. Romance Angel says this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. So see what I'm saying here? And then we have these three, which is the Hidden Truth deck. So this is what your person wants to say to you. I'm starting to understand our connection. So many things remind me of you. So this is somebody you already know. Pile number 3. You speak to me through music. So really, I think this is the best reading out of the 3 I've done. You're very fortunate. Good things are going to be happening soon. Like I said, about 3 weeks, and you might receive a gift in about 8 days. And a gift doesn't have to be a physical gift. It could be an emotional gift. It could be even a beautiful compliment of some kind. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, pile number 3. If you like this channel, please like, share, subscribe. Again, the links to my personal website if you'd like to book a personal reading, or you want to check out my other social media. All of that is in the description box below, along with the times to these readings. Sending love and blessings to you all. Namaste.